Hello to you, my cosmic dragon friends. We are back with a special Year of the Fire Horse video. This is going to be exciting. We're doing a pick a card today. I have already talked generally about the Year of the Fire Horse in various different formats and also in my 2026 predictions ebook. So if you haven't already got a copy of that, you can purchase and download a copy from my website angelwingsholistics.com, and the link will be in the description. So without further ado, we have three little figures here to choose from my selection, from my collection, shall we say my feng shui collection. So group number one, or pile number one, I'll probably end up saying pile, so I'm just going to say that, although I haven't actually piled up any cards to start with. We're going to have the red dragon. See if he appeals to you. Pile number two, we have this very cute Maneki Neko. Now, it's a very, very popular symbol, lucky charm, spell, whatever you want to call it, in China, although originally from Japan, if we're going to be accurate about it, but very, very popular in China. So I wanted to bring Maneki Neko in because the new year is all about, you know, money and good fortune, and which is why we've got some coins up here. I've got some little lucky Chinese coins, not real coins, of course, they're pretend ones. And to honour the energy of the horse as well, I have my gorgeous black horse here. Now, I can't remember for the life of me if this is obsidian or tourmaline, but it doesn't really matter. So we have Buddha overseeing this reading here as well, and I've got my two pillars here. I've got my labradorite and my amethyst. So last but not least, definitely not least, is our money toad, our golden money toad here, complete with his coin that he holds as well. He normally lives next to my front door, and his purpose is to help bring money into the house, and he picks up spare coins for me and sits on them. So take a moment, see which one resonates for you. That was Bedford coming in the door. He may appear. Oh, he's about to get on the table. No, please don't singe your fur. Okay. No, he's eating. So if you hear very loud eating noises, I apologise. That is my cat. So pile number one, just to recap, red dragon. Pile number two, Maneki Neko. And pile number three is our golden money toad. So I will see in your readings. Timestamps will be in the description. So hello to you, my red dragons. You chose the red dragon pile one, and we're going to have a look to see what's coming up for you in this year of the fire horse. Very, very exciting. So I have my little book of Chinese proverbs. We're going to start with a proverb for you to see where we go with this. I've had this book for a very long time. Okay, I'm just going to randomly predict. Okay, so who can comprehend the motives of heaven? Lao Tzu, spring and autumn period. Okay, so who can comprehend the motives of heaven? That's interesting. Isn't that interesting? So things may be going in a different direction to what you're expecting them to this year. Maybe heaven has a wider plan. Maybe your spirit guides, your angels, your guides that you work with, maybe they are trying to bring you what you asked for. It just doesn't quite look how you were expecting it to just yet. Which is interesting because the dragon is a very fortunate symbol, very, very positive for business and money. Not very lucky in love usually, so this may not be the best year for romance if you're looking for a new relationship. So just to be aware of that. Doesn't necessarily mean that will be the case, but just be aware. Think things through, ask extra questions this year in romance, make sure you're not being taken for a ride. Yes, so things may not look exactly as you wanted or perhaps expected them to this year, but there is a plan to bring you what you need, to bring you what you do actually want, and to perhaps bring you something better than what you've actually asked for as well. So let's get some cards. I'm going to start out with the unicorns, the magical unicorns, because we are in a horse year. I want to bring the equestrian horse energy in, the energy of Equus. See what we've got here, what messages we have for you. Creative, interesting. Believe in yourself. And hello and goodbye. Wow. wow, this really could be a year about new beginnings for you, particularly if you wanted to go in a new direction. So there is a very big nudge here for the artists here among us, the artists, the creatives, to do your art, do your thing, whatever it is, however creative you are. You know, you might be an architect and maybe you just haven't created anything for a while because you've been stuck in a job where you have to measure things instead. Believe in yourself, and hello and goodbye, which is all about new beginnings, endings and beginnings. So it's like, it feels like a major life shuffle is the word I get, a major life shuffle. So not a complete change, but shuffling things around a little bit different so they look different to how they are now. So I feel like a lot of the people in this group are creatives. You naturally have some sort of creative talent, whether you use it professionally or not, doesn't matter. But it is very important that you believe in your ability to achieve the things that you want to do this year, because you will be able to. But it may be maybe a little bit of a tricky road, a rocky road. Rocky road, the confectionery may also be a message for someone there, I'm just being told. Just seeing rocky road in my mind, but I'm just hungry all the time right now, so maybe that's me. Let me know in the comments if rocky road was a message for you. I'm gonna have to go get some now. Yes, creative challenges, and they don't necessarily have to look like art. You know, the way you create, it could be music, it could be in business that you create. You might be somebody who creates businesses, you know, creates opportunities. It doesn't have to be art per se. But there is definitely a need for some new beginnings, and it feels like more than one new beginning as well this year. If you can hear crunching, that's Bedford eating his biscuits. More than one new beginning, but you kind of need to put yourself out there to make these things happen. You need to trust in your ability to create, in your ability to co-create with the universe. And the red dragon's very helpful for co-creation, for new ventures. Very, very helpful, very positive sign there. So I'm very hopeful for you guys. Looks like it's going to be a good year, very productive. And if you have been wanting to change direction or pivot direction a little bit, this is going to be the moment to do it. But I think there may be a number of things that all have to shift at the same time. It won't just be a case of one thing. It'll be different aspects of your life or your work life that all need to kind of change together simultaneously for this to work. There is also a little nudge here to do some self-healing on self-worth, self-esteem, if that's something that's relevant to you, if that's something you've been struggling with. There is a little nudge to do that work here. Yes, and be prepared to say goodbye to people, places and things that you no longer need, even if it makes you feel sad, even if it's upsetting at the time. And yes, there is going to be a lot of upheaval this year, so be prepared for things to happen quicker than you were expecting them to, but also for people to leave your life who no longer belong. And that could be a friend, an acquaintance, a business colleague, could be a romantic connection that just isn't working out and you were thinking about ending it and all of a sudden they do it for you and it's all done. You know, it feels like things will go faster. It's almost like you just have to think it and it starts to happen. The ball starts rolling much, much faster, which is a theme I'm already seeing this year in various things happening around me, in my life. And in the wider world as well, things happening incredibly fast. Once somebody so much as mentions it, or if I so much as think of something, it starts to happen. It's a very, very interesting year. I have previously predicted that this was going to be a very powerful year for manifesting, and so far it has not disappointed. 2026 has not disappointed. And now as we come into the fire horse energy, it's kind of really galvanizing that. It's adding more fuel to the fire, or more fire to the fire perhaps, because we are in the element of fire this year. I really love the year of the horse. I'm actually a Chinese horse myself. I'm not a fire horse. I'm a wooden horse. Maybe I'm a rocking horse. That would explain a lot. But yeah, manifesting, you can move forwards. I feel that some of the things you can achieve this year will actually boost your self-worth and your self-esteem as well. So there is that. So it could be that the year gives you a boost. If you were, oh, here comes Bedford. Do not stick your face in the candle, Bedford. We've done that before. It didn't go well for you. No, baby. So you're being honoured by the golden Bedford this year. Here he is, walking across the table. And in a moment, he'll probably get in his bed, which is on the chair behind mine. Don't burn your tail. I'm trying to hold him so he doesn't... Oh, good. Let's move this candle. There we go. It's easier to move the candle than it is to move the Bedford. Easier to move the fire than it is to move the cat. Maybe there's a message in there as well. Hello. Shall we film you because you're adorable? Yes, there he is. Stop looking at the candle. That's not for you. That's not for you. Can't do anything round here. Could I have 5 minutes peace, Bedford? No, apparently not. Apparently not. Yeah. So you have been honoured by the golden Bedford this year. The fire Bedford. We should look up what year you were born in, shouldn't we, Bedford? It wasn't horse because he's not 12 yet, so definitely not a horse. We will look that up though, won't we? Yes, so as I was trying to say before I was so rudely interrupted by my hiccuping cat, who's obviously woofed his food down too quickly, it's going to be an interesting year of contrasts and opposites with the hello goodbye card. But I also want to say, I said there's an opportunity to work on your self-esteem, self-worth, if that's something that resonates for you. But also the things that you achieve this year will help your self-esteem, self-worth. So it's almost like a double-edged sword in the nicest possible way. So you kind of can't lose. And you can see my kitchen here. Good job I washed up, isn't it? You kind of can't lose this year in many different ways. But I do want you to be a little bit cautious with romantic connections. So, Bedford, do you think you could possibly move so I can get the rest of the cards out? You'll think about it. Well, that's jolly kind of you. Thank you. Thank you, Bedford. No, you can't have the pen. You go around there. Yeah, off he goes. He's going to bed. Going to bed? No, you can look out the window for a bit. Okay. All right. So as we were saying before we were interrupted by my my expert consultant who's back again, Bedford, must you? I'm going to put him in his bed. Okay, I've moved him to my lap because otherwise I don't think he's going to give me any peace. So let's get some more cards out. So interesting year. It's a double-edged sword year, but they're both good. It cuts both ways, but they're both good, if that makes sense, even if it's not always comfortable. It feels like the outcomes will be positive for you, even if it's not always very comfortable. So that's quite nice to hear. Holding on to my cat for dear life now. Okay. You might be able to see his head appear under the camera. He's just there. All right. Okay, pile one. Let's get some more messages for you for the year of the fire horse. All right. The fire cat. Good boy. Okay. Let's take a look for our red dragons. Page of coins. I like it. Stop licking me, Bedford. 8 of wands. 6 of wands. And the ace of coins. Oh, I like it. Yes, and Empress on the bottom. We're going to take her as well. We're going to take that Empress energy. Thank you very much. Beautiful. Really stepping into your power this year. Very much stepping into your power, I think, red dragons. So, Page of coins. It's like the small offer. Yeah, I really feel like, and this could be relevant to you financially or in your personal life. Maybe you've been breadcrumbed for a while. You've been getting kind of the bare minimum and you've been following a trail of breadcrumbs hoping it'll lead somewhere, but it's only led to exhaustion. And that could be, financially in your life. Maybe you've been struggling financially, desperately chasing your tail, trying to make ends meet, or even just trying to save up to buy something, buy a house perhaps, and never quite managing to get there, and you feel like you're chasing your tail. But that changes this year. That changes with the fire horse energy coming in. That's all change. Like they say, when you reach the end of the line, change please. This train terminates here. Get off the train is my advice to you. Get off the damn train. It's at the terminus. It's time to get on a new one now. So 6 of wands, which is victory after a long battle. So it does feel like moving on to pastures new, but finding success finally. If you've been waiting for success in your finances, in your work, the success is possible with a new beginning, with the Ace of Coins, a very stable new beginning. So that can pertain to your home, your money, your job, your stability, your family. Wonderful new beginnings coming in. Very, very exciting. And look on this card, we've got like a comet. No, a comet. With Bedford struggling here a little bit on my lap, I feel almost like you'll be having to juggle the energies this year. Like there is some element of having to be in control of multiple forces. He's kind of sitting on my lap, but he's quite keen to get back on the table as well. So, are you going to get down? You haven't decided. He's a contrary boy. He's being a little bit contrary, so maybe the energy is a bit contrary for you this year. But certainly there is this wonderful opportunity to leave struggle, leave fatigue, leave exhaustion behind, and move on to a new, stable, gentler, perhaps slower energy as well. A slower energy. It doesn't have to be as fast as it was. Yeah, I mean, you may have been, I'm going to give the work example as well, but you may have been in a very fast-paced environment, but the money came in and it went straight out again. You know, you just couldn't hold on to it. Numerologically, 8 can represent exhaustion. So that's kind of where I'm getting that energy from. And this cat on the 8 of Wands almost looks like it's getting an X-ray. Like it's being struck by lightning. You know, in the cartoons when an animal's struck by lightning and they kind of look like an X-ray for a second. It's that energy of everything comes in at once, too fast, I can't do anything with it, because we can't harness lightning. You know, it's a huge amount of energy there. If we could harness it, goodness knows what we could do with it, but we just can't harness it. It's too much in all in one go. So that could have been the case for you. Maybe it was feast or famine, financially or emotionally. Extremes, and those extremes kind of calm down a bit in the nicest possible way. All right, so we have the Empress energy here. So here she is, the Empress, sat atop her cat tree, because of course she is. But it feels like you being able to wield the powers this year. It feels like this year's energy will suit you very nicely. You'll be very attuned to it, and you will be able to wield the power as it comes to you. So many of you could actually be fire signs in our Western zodiac. You know, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you could have those signs strongly in your birth chart, or their energy could be influencing you somehow. There's definitely this ability to wield the energy, to step into your power, to feel more in charge of what's actually happening, which is nice, to feel more stable, to feel the ground under your feet, and yet to receive blessings, because there's this, is that a shooting star? Is it a comet? I'm not sure, but it's fire flying through the sky, which is a wonderful symbol of the fire horse year, to be honest. So very fortunate, I think, financially for you guys, which is quite a nice message. I'm going to switch decks of cards now. We're going to have a look at the law of positivism. So let's get those ones out. These will be slightly more spiritual messages here, so let's see what we have. Okay. I will have to check them. I have some sensor shells on the shelf behind me because I have shells all over my house, because I am part mermaid. You know, it's traditional. Right. No nudity on that one. I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. Yes, there it is. Just because we don't know what heaven's plan is doesn't mean it doesn't have one. Through faith and hope, I am divinely guided on my path. Wow, there's a lot of divine guidance for you guys this year. This is very interesting. There's a lot of help from above. Very much being led by your spirit team. Oh, I will need a sensor shell for this one. I think I have... What do we have, Bedford? We have a cowrie shell there. Let's use that. Because we have a little baby. And you can see the baby's bottom, and I don't want YouTube freaking out about that. Okay. We're decent. Okay, so I listen to the voice of my body. It lets me know exactly what I need. So there's an energy of nurturing here, of self-nurture. Perhaps you are literally expecting a child, having a child, have just had a child. And you have an actual baby. The woman on this card is actually breastfeeding a baby, very small baby. But I've had to censor that because you can see the baby's bottom. So... That is interesting because that does tie in very much with the Empress card that we had, the Empress energy, the Divine Mother, the number 3 energy, the triangle, where 2 become 3. So this could be literally about your children in this lifetime, whether you have them yet or not. Or it could be children in spirit. Very powerful feminine energy in this group. I'm being told that this group is called the Golden Feminine. So beautiful, gorgeous opportunities here to be unlimited, to be limitless, to practice limitlessness, to be in the liminal. Wow, to be divinely guided, to walk through those portals, to have that spiritual growth, that emotional growth, that healing, to find the wisdom and be guided by it. Because look at these 2 cards. We've got a bird guiding the person on each card here. Got some sort of falcon or eagle type bird here. Then we have the dove over here, which is obviously bringing a very peaceful energy there as well, very gentle energy. So we have the contrast here of the very gentle sort of woodland scene with the crystals, and then this much more rugged and difficult landscape over here up in some mountains. But sometimes you do have to climb the difficult mountain to get to the Temple of Wisdom. There is also a focus on house and home here as well. So with these roses, it could literally be a marriage for somebody. It could be buying a new home, building your home is what I want to say. Not just a change of house, a change of home, or making something feel like home. That's where I want to go with that. Very beautiful energy. Very nice. I'm liking this a lot. So lots of opportunity this year to work on learning what your body needs. So there could be some physical healing here for some people. You may be able to find an alternative treatment for an ailment or injury that has been a problem. Also being in control of your thoughts, being the master of your mind. And also increasing your own faith as well and living in this positive energy. So this is a very powerful pathway for you this year. It's a pathway year, very powerful. Yeah, I think you're going to feel a lot more whole by the end of it. Yeah, a lot more whole. So put our little sensor shell back there. I'm going to take one final card from the Oracle of the Sacred Horse, because of course we're bringing more horse energy in. Let's take a look. We have for my red dragons, pile 1. The blue-eyed unicorn. Honour your unique qualities. Well, that takes us right back to the beginning, doesn't it? Gorgeous. So this is a horse deck and you've got a unicorn. So you really are quite special. It's quite a special energy this year. And I'm loving this blue colour as well. It's gorgeous, wise, intuitive, connecting us to the divine blues and purples. So very magical, mystical year. And the ivy too. And that's bird's eye. These flowers look like bird's eye rather than ivy. Huh. So we've got little climbing plants, and then we have what looks a bit like wisteria. I'm no expert, don't come at me. And then this gorgeous blue-eyed, slightly purple tinged unicorn. So very, very mystical energy for you this year. Learning to be your true unique self. So we can go right back to the cards we had at the beginning about being your creativity, bringing your creativity to the fore and living who you truly are and making changes. So there's a very deep connection with spirit that comes in for you this year. So very, very interesting year, huge potential for growth on every single level. Even if it doesn't always look how you expect it to, even if it doesn't always feel how you expect it to. Because some things do need to be removed from your life, and that might be a little bit painful. It might cut a little bit, I want to say. But there is nothing to worry about. You are absolutely going in the right direction, and you may resonate with unicorns particularly. So look out for that totem animal when it shows up in your life. And it can show up anywhere. You know, it might be that somebody gifts you a unicorn-shaped cookie. I don't know, it could be anything. But look out for when the unicorns show up in your life, because they will be helping to guide your way. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed that, my pile 1, my red dragons. If you feel drawn to another pile, you can, of course, watch number 2 or number 3. I haven't recorded them yet, so I don't know what's in them. Remains to be seen whether Bedford will come and bother me in those. I don't know. I try to put special Bedford timestamps in, because I know some people just like to watch him, which is valid. He is far more interesting than I am. So, thank you so much for joining me. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you very soon in another video. Take care. Bye-bye. Hello to you, my pile 2s, my lucky cats, my Maneki Nekos. Welcome. We are going to have a look at the year of the fire horse for you. So we're actually going to start out with a little proverb. This is a little book I've had for a long time, little book of Chinese proverbs, which I'm going to select at random for you. Let's see what words of wisdom we had. Okay, I can't read that one out. That's not appropriate. There's just there's one with a bit of a an adult theme, shall we say? So adult themes could be something in your life. I'm going to pick another one because that could be relevant, but I'm not prepared to read it out on YouTube because I'll get banned. Okay. Yes, here we go. He who strikes first admits that his ideas have given out. Yes. So basically, if you strike the first blow, you've already lost. Your arguments are no good if you have to use force. Interesting. That's a traditional saying. So he who strikes first admits that his ideas have given out. Interesting. So no violence, please, this year, my pile 2s. That's not allowed. Let's put our Maneki Neko over there. So the Maneki Neko is the beckoning cat. Various different stories of how this little cat came about. Some say that that this cat was helping support a business owner and got them lots of trade, which is possibly why they're so popular with business. There's a few different iterations to the story, but regardless, it's considered a very good omen, very good fortune, and very good fortune financially, particularly if you are in business. I have quite a few of these dotted about my house. I've got like 5 or 6. I love them, and I have a couple of waving ones on my front windowsill. They are supposed to be in the southeast corner of your home, so I have them as close to that as I can. So where are we starting? We are starting with the magical unicorns because I wanted to bring some horse energy in because we are in the year of the horse. So let's get some messages for you guys, see what's coming up in this lunar year, which starts today. All right, so I have already talked generally about this year, the year of the fire horse, which you will know if you have a copy of my 2026 Psychic Predictions ebook, which is still available to purchase on my website, enjoyingsholistics.com. Do get yourself a copy if that is appealing. 1, 2, 3. Okay, coming out like that today. One step at a time. Just be yourself. And talk about your feelings. Okay, so I'm going to say for you guys, there's no rush this year. No rush. The energy of the fire horse might make you feel like you're lagging behind, like there is a rush, like you have to hurry, like, oh, I've got to get things done. There's this powerful energy, I've got to use it. Well, actually, what if you slowed it all down a bit? Because it feels like there's a lot of anxiety in this group. Maybe some people do struggle with anxiety, ADHD, other issues like that make you want to try and do things faster than you should, make you want to rush, make you feel like you're behind. Maybe you've always felt a little bit behind from everybody else. Maybe your childhood was a bit difficult and you've always felt behind everyone else in certain experiences. Maybe you feel like you have things to make up for, like, oh, I've hardly achieved anything in my life, this is terrible, I need to do more. Why? Is existing not enough? Did nobody tell you that? Because it is. All right. One step at a time, lots of little steps make big dreams come true. Yes, they do. And we've got this magical stone circle and a fire in the background as well. So I'm going to the summer solstice here, so there could be some interesting things happening for you around midsummer. So 21st of June, is that midsummer? Be around there. The summer solstice. I'd say all of the solstices this year, so the winter solstice as well, look out for those, look out for the equinoxes. They could be holidays that you observe anyway, if you are that way inclined, if you're a little bit pagan, a little bit witchy like me. But I feel like they're going to be interesting markers this year. Yeah. See what happens around those days. They're very powerful days for you in particular. So that includes like Easter, well, the proper Ostara, Halloween, Samhain. Yeah. Look out for the Sabbats this year. See what's happening on them for you. See what experiences come up for you, what nudges you get, what messages you get. Or maybe that's something that you have been drawn to actually celebrate and you haven't done in the past, in which case go for it, just be yourself. Big nudge here to step into your authenticity. And I mean, authenticity is a word that's been thrown around a lot in the last kind of couple of decades. Particularly you see it in like the spiritual, the sort of new age spiritual community. Oh, you've got to be authentic, and nobody really is. Or if they are, they let their ego run away with it. But I feel like definitely for some of the people in this group, you've been repressing who you really are in many ways. It doesn't have to feel very big, but you don't really let people see who you truly are. So it could be time to stop pretending to be something you're not. It doesn't mean you have to show everyone all of your crazy colours all at once, because that might not be the moment. I don't want to jeopardise your job or anything. But nonetheless, I do want to say, embrace yourself and accept yourself for who you truly are. Don't worry that you're different to other people, because of course you are. You weren't brought down here to be identikit. You know, we're not all here to be exactly the same. What would be the point? What would be the point? Seriously. Yeah. It's always nicer to be your true self and be in the sun than in someone else's shadow. So if you've been trying to be like somebody else or act like somebody else, just drop it. There's no need for that anymore. There's really no need for that. The fire horse won't tolerate it. They will burn away your shields. They will burn away the curtain that you hide behind. Yeah. And for some people, there is this highlight on emotional healing, mental healing. So there could be some past hurt or some past trauma that you have to heal from. And you may not even realise that it's trauma. And this is the thing. Very often people who have been through very difficult experiences, who have been abused in various different ways, we don't necessarily realise that it's abuse. Sometimes we don't have a name for it. We're just like, oh yeah, that person wasn't very nice to me, but I'm okay now. But are you? Are you though? Or could you use a little bit of support, a little bit of understanding? Would it be nice to be listened to by someone who can actually help you move through that, move forwards? So if there are things you've wanted to talk about, get off your chest, or maybe heal from, there's a big nudge there. So tell a friend how you feel. It doesn't have to be a trusted friend, could be a therapist, a counsellor. Yeah, definitely a nudge for some people there, and it could be about finding a new counsellor if the one you're working with is just not working for you. I've had to switch counsellors before. I definitely have. So don't feel bad about that. It's okay. Sometimes you just don't really gel. Or they're not a specialist in, the thing that you're dealing with. And that's okay. That's valid. Yeah. There's a very strong push to 100% be yourself this year, to learn about who you really are, to learn about what it is that you really like as well, because you may not even know what it is that you want or that you like. And that makes it very difficult to plan or manifest for the future if we don't really know what we want. Sometimes we think we know what we want, or we've been told what we should want, and so we assume that's what we want. But when you dig a bit deeper, that's not actually what's there. So I'm going to bring the candle back in because I can see it. I moved it because Bedford got on the table and he is an idiot and he would burn his tail. So I had to move it. Easier to move the candle than it was to move the Bedford. If you watched part 1, you will have seen the palaver. Bringing the light back in. Oh, here he is. Bedford, I just put the candle back. This is not your cue to jump on the table. It is. He's so cheeky. Perhaps bringing the light back into your life, shedding a light on something that's been hidden for too long now. Yeah, exposing the occult aspects of you. I'm going to move it again because he's up. Here he is. Say hello to pile 2. Thanks, Bedford. Yes. No, you're not in the way at all. Not in the way at all, are you? No, such a good boy. You're going to sit on my lap nicely? Are you going to go to bed? This is about the time of day he would normally go to bed, so I'm surprised he's still up and wandering around, to be honest. You going to go to bed, or are you just going to get in the way? I see. Okay. We'll do it this way then, shall we? So, yes, Bedford says you have to be your true, authentic self this year, and he doesn't want to hear anything else about it. You can be who you truly are. Get in the way. Don't be afraid to take up space. A lot of us are afraid to take up space, or we feel like a burden to others because that's how we were made to feel, either intentionally or accidentally in our childhood, perhaps earlier in life. Don't you touch that candle. He is fascinated by candles, and he's also a bit of a wally, so he'd stick his face in it and I have to make sure he doesn't burn himself. Yeah. You're not going to get burned. It's okay to look at the light. It's okay to look at the candle and be inspired. You are not a burden. You are enough just by existing. Bedford knows this. It's the universal truth. Very obvious to him. You're going to bed, aren't you? You're going to get on my lap. Come on then. Ask for what you want this year because you do deserve it and you are not a burden. Bedford knows this. He's not a burden. Okay, let's see if we can put our camera back now while Bedford settles down for a minute. You can sit there nicely. You are? Well, that's good of you. Should we get some different cards? Yes. Okay. All right, let's have a look at our Wise Cat Tarot cards. Get some more messages for my lucky cats, my pile 2. All right. You might be able to hear him purring. He's now purring. You good boy. You going to lie down? No, you haven't finished getting in the way. I see. So the Emperor. Interesting, because we had the Empress show up for pile 1, so there could be a connection there. Betty, really? Okay. The Page of Cups. Good boy, sit down. King of Swords. And the 10 of Coins. And the 9 of Wands. Yes. Let go of the old ways that are holding you back. There is a very empowered, powerful time coming in. Don't underestimate who you are, Bar 2. There's a lot here on the table for you, so there's really no need to hold yourself back and assume that you don't deserve it or you don't want it, or maybe it's not for you, or maybe you can't have it, or maybe you should be loyal to this company or that person. Or there's no need to do that anymore. There's no need to be loyal to something that isn't working for you. There is a new message on the horizon, so there's a potential of changes here if you wish to make them, a potential for positive change, to leave the old behind. The year of the snake that we've just had, that's just finished, it was all about shedding a skin. So if you've shed that skin, stop trying to put it back on again. Okay, because it does feel, yes, you may feel a little bit raw, a little bit uncomfortable at first, but you shed that skin for a reason, or you are in the process of doing it. And the fire horse is here to reinvigorate you and to remind you, like the phoenix rising from the ashes, that fire is destructive but also creative. Some plants won't even flower unless they are set on fire first. You know, hello Bedford. You can see him down there. So, time for big change. It's all there for you if you're brave enough to want it, brave enough to take it. And there is this opportunity to very much step into your power in a very right and proper way, because I don't think you're a rule breaker. You're not that kind of person. You like to do things properly. I get that. And you do have a very strong sense of morality and fairness, and you're also a natural leader, so I don't know if you've been using that ability or not, but I feel like you could and should do if that's something that appeals to you. New friendships as well with the Page of Cups. There could be a new romantic interest sort of in the periphery right now, but I also see that in some aspects of life, you really need to be very clear about what it is that you do and don't want. And this is what we've been talking about, of being clear about who you are, because you don't know what you want until you know who you are. Yes, if you're trying to be somebody else, then the lower aspect of you may be telling you, oh, well, this is the thing that you should want, or this is the thing to have. This is the thing that you'll like. This will make you happy. Whereas maybe you haven't actually ever explored that. It is time to be very discerning this year, because there is a lot of opportunity. There is a lot of opportunity financially. There is a lot of opportunity for stability, for new stability, which comes from authenticity, which comes from knowing your true self, knowing who you really are. Know thyself. I feel like there's a lot of healers in this group as well, because I just got the words healer, heal thyself come to me as well. Yeah. So it could be time to do some spiritual healing on yourself, maybe for a Reiki practitioner, or you do any kind of healing modality. How about you focus that on yourself for a change properly? Most of us don't. I know some people do, but those of us that kind of forget, that's a nudge. There's a reminder there for us to give that love, to show that love, to give that healing energy to ourselves, to pull it all back in, to tuck in a little bit this year. So it's not a year where you have to be super dynamic, which is very different to Part 1. You don't have to be super dynamic. This is a time to learn who you truly are and what you actually want and what your preferences are, and to move forward one step at a time. There's no rush this year. You're doing absolutely fine. You're doing everything perfectly at exactly the perfect rate. I'm trying to hold on to this cat. No. So naughty. Bedford has been very loving since I've been doing this reading, so I think there's a lot of love in this energy, in this fire horse energy, although it can appear frightening or intimidating, because first of all, horses are big animals. Hello. If you're not used to being around them, it can be a bit scary, but they're also very emotionally attuned. Very emotionally attuned. They understand emotions. And with the energy of fire, we kind of have this phoenix quality coming through, where we can let go of things that no longer serve. We can burn away the old. We can burn away the shell that we've been wearing. Oh, good boy. But Bedford is just absolutely blissful in this energy. He's being very, very loving, very, very cuddly. I have him on my lap right now. He's hitting the radiator with his tail, if you can hear that. Yes, but Betty, what? I just said something nice about you. Did you have to do that? Get away from the candle. No. It's such a wally. Let me just rescue my cat from the candle. This cat is obsessed with fire, which is interesting because we were just talking about fire and its regenerative properties. But this cat is obsessed with fire. He's back on my lap again now. I'm going to restrain him for a minute. Restrain him with cuddles. He won't mind. No. No. So, yes, don't fear the fire, but at the same time, don't stick your face in it. You'll burn your whiskers. Yes, you will. You silly boy. Okay, you go down for a minute. Go on. Down. Good boy. There we go. All right. Let's get some cards from the Law of Positivism. I do have to check that these are YouTube friendly before I put them out, otherwise I'll have to get some sensor shells. Fortunately, I have some down in my kitchen. Because of course I do, I have them all over the house. What are you saying? Right, don't sulk. Don't sulk, Bedford. Through meditation, I see clearly beyond the veils of illusion. Oh, wow. Very spiritual energy coming in here with the Divine Feminine. Wow. Feels like Temple of Knowledge opening up to you this year as well. So there could be some big spiritual shifts, big spiritual lessons coming in, or access to spiritual knowledge coming in from above, being brought down for you. So that could be you getting the messages yourself intuitively through meditation. You could be getting them from new teachers, for example. Wow, that's pretty special stuff. Life is a dream within a dream. Yes, it is. So there's this temple energy again coming in here. Very sacred energy for you guys this year. To be fair, the fire horse was always going to be sacred, so we shouldn't be too surprised by this. And I release energy that is blocking my inner vibrational flow. Yes, and that can be beliefs about oneself, beliefs about the world, which are limiting. Our beliefs hold us back so much. They make such a difference to what we are able to create, manifest in our lives. And you'll know that if you've read my book, Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works, which is always linked in the description if you'd like a copy. So lots of spiritual knowledge coming in for you this year. Lots of purple on these cards. It's coming in like it's gorgeous stream, glittering stream of knowledge coming from this halo of light up here. Beautiful energy. And the man just observing it with his ram here. So there could be a connection to Aries or to Aries season for you. It's like some ideas, some thoughts about yourself become viable this year. So there is a call from Spirit here as well. And my phone's doing something weird now. I don't know what's happening. It's showing me a time and I don't know why. My video just got interrupted then because I took a phone call. So it could be literally messages from Spirit trying to come through, interrupting your daily life, which is very, very interesting in and of itself. So yeah, there's a lot happening here. There's a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge that will be made available to you this year of the fire horse, this lunar year. We love the big moons we've got here guiding us because, of course, it is a lunar year. Yes, being able to see the truth, being able to see the light of truth rather than being blinded by other people's ideas, other people's concepts, other people's dogma. Breaking away from that, you have the opportunity to be a bit of a spiritual rebel this year. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Okay. Allow yourself to be guided by the moon cycles as well. If they affect you, a lot of people are quite affected by the moon cycles, particularly by like the full moon. If that's something that affects you, then pay attention to it. Maybe keep some sort of diary about that. That can be very interesting to look back on at the end of the year. So where are we going? We're going to finish off with a Spirit of the Horse Oracle. Sorry, Oracle of the Sacred Horse. My apologies. Because, of course, we're bringing more horse energy in. Because, of course, we are. All right. We have two for you. We have the Licorne Rose, which is just French for the rose or pink unicorn. And the Maasai war pony. Wow. So with the Licorne Rose, we have white, rose and gold vibration. So very, very high vibrational energy coming through for you this year. Very high level spiritual experiences may be available. I feel this is connected to your soul self, to your inner child as well. Perhaps a part of you that was rejected or hidden for a long time. But very, very high vibrational, high frequency, extremely spiritual aspect of self that you've had to protect so strongly with your Maasai war pony here. Perhaps you've had to have very strong boundaries in your lifetime, or you've had to put up very strong walls so that people couldn't hurt this aspect of you. But it feels like my Partu, my lucky cats, you're very, very spiritual, very gifted, but you've had to really put a lid on it. So it could be that you don't share how spiritual you are, or maybe you've not been able to even access your abilities for a while because you had to put them on shutdown, which is perfectly valid. Sometimes we have to do that. Sometimes we have to step away from them or hide them, repress them, particularly if we grew up in a repressive society or a repressive religion that told us that our psychic abilities, our spiritual healing abilities were wrong or bad or evil somehow, which is utter nonsense, of course. But this sort of hard exterior that you may have had to develop has also served you well, which is also very powerful, so we should thank it. And it is a strength of yours. It is absolutely a strength, and we thank that aspect of you that was so strong and so able to protect that much gentler, weaker aspect as well. And this could have played out in your life as well. It could be that you're the older sibling to a younger sibling and you had to protect them from, I don't know, an abusive parent or something. Here comes Bedford. Don't step on the candle. So it could have played out in one of many ways in your life, or it could just be something on the inside that you always felt. But regardless, your spirituality, your true self is absolutely coming out this year. You will be able to see it. You will be able to let down the walls, shed the skin, especially if it's a very thick skin that you've had to put around yourself to protect those more vulnerable, more magical aspects of self. But they will have the opportunity to actually come out now, to be seen, to be heard, and to be loved. So your true self, learning how to be loved. I think that's your Year of the Fire Horse in a nutshell. So thank you so much for joining us. Bedford is a total vandal. Look at that. So naughty. Please do remember to like, comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That really helps Bedford and I. Bedford has his own channel if you're interested, which is Bedford the Bengal. It is linked at the bottom of my channel page. Isn't it minuscule? Please take very good care of yourselves, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye. Hello to you, pile 3. You picked the money toad because of course you did. Why not? He's awesome and he's gold. He's very fortunate. Omen and symbol for money. He helps to pick up the coins that other people dropped. And he holds on to them for you. He stops money from escaping from your house. And he's just had a bath because he was covered in dust. Well, my one was anyway. So, Mr. Money Toad, such a good boy. Right, let's have a look at your Year of the Fire Horse then. Bedford is here with us in the kitchen. He's currently in his bed, so I'm hoping he won't be bothering us. Won't be naughty. He's been quite naughty in pile 1 and 2. Already getting in the way, trying to stick his face in the candle. He's obsessed with fire, this cat. He's like some sort of furry pyromaniac. Maybe a pyromaniac. So we're going to start out with a little proverb for you from my little Chinese book of proverbs. I've had this a very long time and I felt like I needed to get it out. So we're going to pick one at random. I'm going to check it and make sure it's decent because the one that came up for pile 2 really wasn't at first and I had to switch to a different one. If I'd read it out, I would have been banned. Okay. So. Oh, we got some talking about romance here. I'm not sure if I can read those out. Got some quite cheeky ones here from the Book of Songs from the Zhou Dynasty. I'm just going to show you the page so you can read them out to yourself if you want to screenshot that and read them out to yourself. I'm reluctant to say some of these out loud right now. So there's a very kind of loving, romantic, fun, playful energy here about seduction, which could literally be about romance or about being seduced by something. It doesn't have to be a person. It's kind of a fun, playful springtime energy. There's a lot of fertility in the air here as well. We could have some of our younger viewers in this group. Or maybe you're just someone that's very young at heart, very playful. So there's a fun, playful energy there. I want to say in some ways a little bit inappropriate, but that's my sense of humour, so I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. But take it however that resonates for you. Obviously, that's going to be a little bit different for everyone. Yeah, quite innocent but cheeky, fun energy coming through. So let us start out with some magical unicorn cards. I'm bringing in the horse energy for this Year of the Fire Horse. See what messages we have for my pile 3s, my money toads. He's very strokeable, this money toad. Yes. Okay. Curiosity. Start a project related to something you're curious about. What fun. Exercise. I'm hearing my guide saying, get off your damn butt. Okay, someone needs to get off the sofa. If that message is for you, you'll know it's for you. And worth waiting for. Ah, good. Good. Your patience will be rewarded. Wonderful. Oh, I want to take a fourth one as well. The other groups only had 3. Let go of stress. Ah, there we go. Maybe that's why you sit on the sofa doom scrolling or watching Netflix or whatever it is you do, or watching my videos, which is absolutely fine. No problem with that. You can watch as many of them as you want. Don't take on other people's stress. Breathe it out now. Yes, there's definitely a strong message here of letting go of the mundane, letting go of the stress, the day-to-day, perhaps moving on from a difficult, stressful situation, perhaps moving on from a job or a marriage or a relationship that was very repressive energetically, that didn't allow you to be who you are, that didn't leave space for you to explore and be your natural, playful self. Because look, we've got like this little green man character here as well, the energy of Pan, very playful, very cheeky, a little bit seductive, you know. So there's some interesting things going on here for sure. But it feels like this year of the Fire Horse gives you carte blanche to be your fun self again. So maybe you have recently left a marriage or a difficult situation, or made some changes that let you do that, that let you let your hair down a little bit. Maybe it's time to go out and have some fun. That's very much the doctor's orders. And there's a little bit of a grown-up energy here as well. I'm trying not to say this schmexual. Yeah, there's a bit of that too, if that's relevant to you. So, look at this beautiful blossom on this very old tree, this very old gnarly tree, and yet it's got this most beautiful fresh spring blossoms. So it does feel like a new blossoming and a new era in your life, where you might feel like you have more energy, you feel a little bit younger, depending on how old you are. And yes, it would have been worth waiting for. I think what you've been through, what you've left behind, or you will be about to leave behind, hopefully you've left something behind in the year of the snake, which was all about shedding the skin. And it's going to be a very interesting time, very interesting year, where you do have the opportunity to start something new that you're actually interested in, and not just for the sake of, you know, because you have to do it, because you feel like it's your responsibility, or because other people want you to do it, because you have, you know, there is a sense of leaving behind duty, leaving behind obligation. You're not obliged to do things for other people anymore. You can, maybe your kids have just left home, you know, maybe you've just left home and you're like, yay, I can do whatever I want. You know, I don't have to go to church anymore because my parents aren't on my back, you know, or whatever it is. Or maybe I can go to church because my parents aren't stopping me, you know, whatever it is. Very fun, very interesting year. We've got this gorgeous little cat here as well, meeting the unicorn for the first time, investigating the unicorn's horn. So it is very much about starting projects that you're interested in, starting something new and exciting that lights you up, that fires you up. Yes. Leaving the stress behind, also not forgetting the body. Your body might have been a little bit neglected this past year. You might be feeling a bit flabby, or you might be, you know, just feeling like you've been a bit too lazy, or you need some fresh air, you know, and that can really affect your mental health as well as your physical. Maybe you feel like you've been a bit of a couch potato and you'd like to get out and get in the fresh air again, enjoying the flowers, enjoying the sunshine when we finally get some. Yeah, maybe it's time to go on holiday and to climb a mountain, you know, to go on a beautiful walk, because we are coming up to spring as I'm filming this, to go out and smell the flowers. Yeah. I want to say, don't forget to smell the roses. This is your year to enjoy it. There's a lot to enjoy. If you've been scrabbling around for scraps up until now, there's no need to do that anymore. The support, the success, the things you've been waiting for, they are coming in for you this year. And the Fire Horse will make them come in fast as well. So be careful what you wish for. This is something I've been saying since the beginning of 2026, but applies very much to the Fire Horse energy, which supercharges our manifesting. So be careful what you wish for, because it will come in. But have fun with it. Don't restrain yourself. Have fun. Ask for what you actually want. Very important message. Ask for what you actually want. Something you've been waiting for, or some things you've been waiting for, I think will be coming in for you this year as well, this lunar year. Could be very fruitful, very interesting year. So, Moving on to our Wise Cat Tarot cards. Let's have a little look here, see what messages we have for my money toads. It's Buddha facing away. That was Bedford, wasn't it? Yes, of course it was Bedford. Okay. I've had to rearrange the table several times where he keeps jumping up. But he has gone to bed now. He is half asleep. Good boy. The Hierophant. The Four of Wands. Oh, who's getting married this year? Seven of Cups. And the Ace of Wands. And Two of Cups. Ooh, new beginnings in romance. Now this is interesting. There's a very romantic energy in this group. So it could be that it's actually your romantic relationships or your friendships that are highlighted this year rather than work. Whereas pile 1 and 2 were more kind of aligned with work and money or spirituality. I'm getting more of an energy of romance and personal and interpersonal relationships here, which is quite exciting. Yeah. Definitely not a dull moment in this year. I can smell coffee I can smell it kind of psychically. I'm not physically smelling it because there is no coffee in this room right now. There will be in a minute when Mr. Moderator gets back because he will undoubtedly want to make himself a coffee. He is actually on his way back, which is why I've got to finish this video before he comes in and starts making noise and waking the cat up. But I can smell coffee. I can smell ground coffee. Like somebody's just opened a bag of ground coffee and you know that gorgeous, deep chocolatey smell. Oh, it's divine. It's quite strong coffee. So there's a connection there for somebody with coffee. I don't know who that's for, but it's there. Ground coffee. So, or maybe that's his energy reaching out to me as he comes home, thinking, Helen, make me a coffee. It's possible. But the coffee connection is there for someone. Okay. Maybe you'll be going for coffee. Maybe that's why we have 2 cups here. Maybe you're going on a date, a coffee date, which is something I think is quite a fun way to have a first date, just to have a coffee date so there's no pressure. It doesn't have to last very long if you don't want it to. You know, you can make excuses after 15 minutes and leave on a coffee date, especially if you get it in a travel cup. Oh, sorry, I just forgot I have this thing to do. There's definitely some fun, some dating going on for this group this year. Not for everyone, of course, but for some of you, you're going on dates. This is fun. This is fun energy. We've got energy here of like marriage, dating, choices, one night stands maybe for some people. I mean, for some people, this year is all about exploring, experimenting, meeting new people, trying relationships out for size, you know, fair enough. For others, it is about deepening commitments, vows, perhaps renewing vows for some people. Very, very nice energy. And there's no malice here as well. There's really no malice. It's just a case of choosing what's right for you and learning perhaps what's right for you within relationships. And that could be some very big lessons, learning how to assert yourself in relationships and get what you actually want and need. But in order to do that, you have to know what it is that you want. So I feel for a lot of you, it's about getting clarity in relationships, about what you want to get out of them, what you want to put into them, where you want to go with existing ones, for example. And then there's these beautiful, powerful, fiery new beginnings, which are potential, which will come from these relationships or potential relationships. So I feel like the partners or boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, in your life this year will kind of act as a catalyst for you. I think you will be learning a lot through your personal and interpersonal relationships, whether romantic or platonic. There's a lot to be learned here, and that will help to propel you forwards, to propel you to greater levels of success, happiness, but also I get the word acceptance coming in. That's an interesting word to come through. Acceptance. Yeah. Accepting what it is that you want, because you're allowed to want what you want. Maybe accepting what's possible as well and what's unrealistic. Maybe unlearning some things that aren't quite right that you learned in the past. Unlearning some things that just aren't true about yourself, about other people, about how other people are allowed to treat you. Maybe you let people walk all over you, and this is the year that you learn that actually, no, that's not okay. and how to stop it, how to hold boundaries. Or maybe you're the one that maybe you have an anger problem and you shout at people too much, and you realise, maybe you're able to work through that and realise that that's not okay. I need to learn to deal with things differently. Yeah. It's a huge year of personal growth. Huge year of personal growth, centering around the heart chakra. So everything to do with relationship, with family, with loved ones. Yeah, very, very interesting. And there could be a new relationship on the horizon for some people, or an actual deeper commitment for others here. So that's very interesting to see. Or there could be a new relationship coming in that moves quite fast. But it might make you feel like your head's spinning if things are moving a little bit fast. So I would say put the brakes on a little bit if you feel like things are moving too quickly, because the fire horse will do that. The fire horse will bring in what you ask for, and it will move very quickly, and you might be like, wait a minute, oh, I know this is what I asked for, but I'm not sure if I'm ready for this yet. Can I have like 10 minutes to breathe? Yes, you can, is the answer. But you have to remember to speak up and to assert yourself if that's the case. Oh, that's a very interesting focus for the year for you guys. Let's see what other messages we've got from our other decks. So we're going to go to the law of positivism. And I have to vet these cards before I put them out in case I need my center shells. All right, what messages do we have for my money toads, my pile 3? We have, with my thoughts, I co-create with the universe. And boy, do you this year. Yes, you can create so much, you can manifest so much this year. It's such an amazing year for that anyway, but I feel like you guys even more so, because you'll be coming from the heart when you create. You'll be creating from things that you genuinely, authentically, deeply desire and want. So just be aware that you are allowed to slow things down if it's moving too fast. I feel safe and grounded. Yes, there is a nudge here. To remember to ground your energy, but also to learn to know that you are safe, okay? That could be something that you've struggled with in the past and maybe had good reason to believe you weren't safe. Maybe you have some trauma there to work through. There's definitely some work to do on the heart chakra, the higher heart chakra here. For some people, it's a very, very emotional year. I'm not surprised we've got a number 22 card here at all. Not surprised at all. There goes the ice cream van again. Don't know if you guys can hear the ice cream van. I don't know if my phone picks this up. Okay, and through meditation, I see clearly beyond the veils of illusion. Now, we had that card in pile 2 as well, so there could be a connection there for some of you. But this ties in very strongly with manifesting as well, because it comes in on a number 36. 36-9, because 3 plus 6 is 9. So 369 is a very powerful, very magical manifesting number. So there could be a nudge here for you to meditate, just to get very clear on what it is you want before you ask for it, because otherwise you're going to be manifesting things incredibly fast without perhaps having considered them on all levels. And it might be there are some messages or guidance from your higher self, your guides, before you go ahead and manifest the thing. Just a suggestion. And if you need any help with manifesting, you can of course read my book, Dream Bigger, How the Law of Attraction Really Works. Link is in the description below. If you'd like to purchase a copy, you can get a PDF from my website, or you can download the Kindle from Amazon, and there's a hard copy. There is a paperback. I like to have things in paperback. I don't trust Kindle. Much as I work with Kindle, because I publish Kindle books, I don't know, there's something about having a paper copy of a book, isn't there? There's something nice about that. Very powerful energy that we're moving into this year. Powerful energy, but it might feel a little bit disjointed, because I've been interrupted like 3 times in this reading. I mean, that's a message for everyone. Bit disjointed, because I've been interrupted by phone calls. I had the garage call me. I had to go and pick up my car, which just been repaired. So I'm a little out of breath now, because I just ran across town to get my car. But I have it now, so it's all good. So my mode of transport is back. So I'm going to take that as a sign for you that your mode of transport coming into, I want to say spiritual transport, to move you forwards in life as well. So Yeah, that's what I'm feeling for you guys. So let's go to our last cards. We have the Oracle of the Sacred Horse here. Because of course we do, because it's a horse year, so of course we have horse cards. Got all my horse cards out today. All 2 packs of them. Night Traveller, Wisdom in the Shadows. Wow. So for some of you, I mean, this is to do with the occult. This is to do with discovering hidden aspects of yourselves, or perhaps occult knowledge. Maybe you're going down a path to learn magics, or maybe just doing your own shadow work, doing work on the aspects of yourself that have been hidden, that are darker and, well, just hidden really. Doing our shadow work can be difficult, delving into those aspects of self. And if you need to, by all means, work with someone to help you do that. Don't expect to have to do it all by yourself. But it is important. Integrating the shadow aspects is going to be a very important theme, I think. Learning how to travel at night, and I mean that metaphorically, learning about those aspects of self that are not all the cliche love and light aspects, integrating them, understanding them, becoming a whole human being, integrating yin and yang. Yes, that's your message for this year. So I'm going to leave it there before I'm interrupted again, because Mr. Moderator is about to come bursting through the door at any minute. The cat is finally asleep, however. My car has been got from the garage. I've taken phone calls. We're done. We've done everything. We've been very busy. I do feel like you guys are going to be quite busy too. So I hope that was interesting or fun, or I hope that resonated for some of you. Please let me know. Please leave me a comment. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can get a copy of my 2006 Psychic Predictions ebook from my website if you'd like to have a look at that. I go into the year of the horse in there. And there's also a month-by-month review of 2026 of what's coming up. So I hope to see you again soon. Please take very good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.